And let's get this thing going here. Whoa, it's noon right now. Where's my little birdies? Oh, my little birdies already sang. I'm behind. My clock's off. It's off. It's not Simonized. Hey! Woo! All right, hey everybody, it's Tunes at Noon for Monday, and what day of the week is this? The 25th of almost Thanksgiving. Let me do here. Hey Alistair, man, always glad to see you, buddy. I love your funny posts on Facebook too, dude. I totally dig your funny posts on Facebook. Let's see if I'm going to turn my bit rate down a little bit, because the bit rate is the rate of bits I put out to the YouTube, because it's giving me a warning here. Maybe I'll slow it down a little bit. Although I don't see any drop frames. Heck with them. All right, now we're probably better. All right, hey, man, it's great to see everybody. Kim Harris, yeah, all right. So I'm back to my old ways of going through the Cole's 1000 Fiddle Tunes. When I'm done with this book, my buddy Blaine, who lives up in Alberta, sent me a couple of his tune books, original tunes. I'm going to noodle through those a little bit. Probably be closer to, well, I'm going a few pages a day. When I get toward the end of the book where it's all the Strathspeys and cakewalks and stuff, I go through those pretty fast because I don't know too many of them. But we'll see what happens. Lazy Cowboy. All right, what's going on? So anyway, before I start in here, my buddy Alan asked me to play a little bit of Waynesboro, and so that's in G. Let's play a little bit of that, if I can get through it. bit of Waynesboro. That's played a lot of different ways. I quickly went to YouTube, and my buddy Dave Bing, who lives out in West Virginia, who's a fiddler that I admire tremendously, had a little version on YouTube there. So that kind of put me in mind of that way of playing it. There's also kind of the Texas way or the contest way of playing that tune, both of which are really great. And I've noodled around on them, but like, you know, most of my tunes, they're played the possum way. Kind of a agglomeration, collaboration. That's not even a word of of different ways I've heard it played. But you know, there's the possum way, and I'll tell you about the possum way. It's not the right way. It's the wrong way, but faster. So that's how you play the possum way. All right, so let's play a little bit of our tunes back over here. And hey, Blaine, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, I'm gonna get your tune book out. It might be the end of next week. It's taken me a while to work through this. I'm happy to say I know more of the tunes in this book than I thought I did. I think I quit last week with Walker Street on page 45. So let's flip over. I'm going to make a list of the ones I've played over the past few tunes at noon and put that up somewhere, maybe on my blog or on a Facebook page. If you haven't looked at my blog, it's blog.charliewalden.com. I get a lot of articles up there. I unload some of my fake news up there about fiddle music once in a while at blog.charliewalden.com. So, hey, Alan, thank you. All right. Oh, good. Yeah, it wasn't too fast. You know, that tune deserves to be played at a slower pace. It's it's a thoughtful tune as opposed to a lot of the tunes I play, which are just kind of in your face, you know. But all right, here we are on page 48. Let's see if 46. Let's see if I know anything. Smith's Reel. Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's the B part. The A part, usually for me, they've got it backwards here. Key of D, by the way. Oh, thank you there, lazy cowboy. Yes, my mind is like a big music book with a lot of pages missing. Sometimes I turn and I say, oh, I thought that book, that tune was in the book, but sometimes it's not in there. But thanks very much. Okay, so let's see. We got blah, blah, blah. Oh, the bulldozer reel. I'd like to know that. Bulldozer? Was there bulldozers in the 1880s? I guess there probably was some kind of bulldozer. There wasn't any internal combustion engines then, though. It must have been on a steam engine or something. Probably were, like a steam shovels. Probably. I wonder if there was a steam bulldozer back in the 19th century. I bet there was, come to think of it. Surely somebody came up with that. But I don't play it. But I'm gonna study on it. Oh, Farrell O'Gara. That's the wrong Farrell O'Gara, though. That's Farrell O'Gara's favorite. So I know the Farrell O'Gara in the key of D, which is a Michael Coleman tune, I think. So I better not try that. All right, let's flip on over here to page 48. In our hymn, turn to page 48 in your hymnal, your fiddling hymnal. Let's see if I know any of these. No, I don't know any of those. Let's see. Keep going. Keep going. No. Shaw's Reel. Oh yes, that's in D. Let's see if I can. I'm gonna. Oh, well, there. There it is. I think I can find it now. I've got to play the version that's in my head, not what's on the page. Let's see if I can do it. The Big Book of Epic Variations, yes. Rough, but that's Shaw's Reel. That's a good one. That's an old time tune they used to play in up in the Missouri Valley area there, where Missouri, the confluence of Missouri and Iowa and Kansas and Nebraska all kind of come together up there. Yeah, so that's the Shaw's Reel. Let's see what else. Oh, Mason's Apron. Here we go. I'm over on page 50 now. If you're following along. Yeah, if you haven't checked out my buddy Blaine and Troy, Troy Gates' YouTube channel is amazing. He's putting up more good tunes all the time, and Blaine's usually playing the piano for him. So go look at that. I might download one of those and play it across on the show one of these days here when I take a notion. But yeah, mighty good music, mighty good music. All right, here we go with Mason's Apron. Had to take out the trash. Had to put in some garbage there. It's good garbage, though. Yes, I will definitely possumize your tunes. I might Simonize them, too. But one of the old fiddlers I learned from up in Iowa, Dwight Lamb, he passed away recently. Wonderful man, and taught me a lot of tunes. He was in the Korean War, but he was stationed in France, which would be a good place to be stationed if you were in the Korean War. And anyway, he said he had an old sergeant. He said, "All right, boys, everybody get out your watch. We're going to Simonize our watches." I guess back in the day, you could click a button on an old military watch and it would set the exact time, so everybody knew when, in his case, knew when it was time to go to coffee, not when it's time to go into battle, which good for him, you know. All right, let's Simonize our watches anyway. The headlight reel is on one of the next page, 51. I don't play that, but my buddy Roger Diggle, who lives up in Madison, Wisconsin, turned me on to that tune. I haven't learned it yet, but it's a Don Messer tune. I think Don Messer recorded the headlight reel. Let's see what else we got here. I just turned the page and boom, it's time for the jigs. So these will go through. Let's see. All right, here we go. The first jig of our session. There's pages and pages of jigs here too. I know one. This is an old Scottish jig called "Come Under My Plaidie," and I heard it from Joe Cormier, who was a great Scottish French fiddler from up in Cape Breton, and loved his playing. If you go listen to Joe Cormier, he was an incredible player and played with a lot of feeling. And man, he just tore those Scottish tunes up. And he also played ever so slightly out of tune in places, and it set your hair on fire to hear, because it'd just be so eerie when he'd play. It was, I'm sure it was intentional. The guy was a master musician, but he played some of these notes slightly out of tune, and sometimes in fiddle music, that can be a good thing, because it really catches your ear. But let's see if I can play "Come Under My Plaidie." Let's see if I... That is a powerful tune. Really good jig. I don't play that much anymore at all. I haven't played it in ages, but somehow it was still in there, you know. Muscle memory is what it's about, because I wasn't thinking about what I was doing. Oh, Haste to the Wedding. We're key of D here. Hey, Warren, what's going on there? Thank you very much. See, I don't know a lot of the jigs that are in there. I know a lot of the Canadian jigs and some of the Midwestern quadrilles, but I don't know a lot of these tunes, so this won't take long. Once we'll strike a rich vein once we get to the hornpipes, though. Trust me on that. I know a bunch of them. Let's see. Used to play the Connachtman's Ramble. All right, I'll finish up with the Irish Washerwoman. That's on page 57. Then we'll start in on page 58 tomorrow morning, tomorrow at noon. So this is the last one. That's it today, folks. Thanks for joining me. And if you haven't liked the program, by gosh, give me a like for you as you leave. As you're going out the door, hit me with a like. And be sure to share this video with your friends. So I'll see you later, folks. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow at noon. Ta-ta.